God, why? Why does it always have to end like this? Why me?
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Haifesha Olushio Tsushiku, and on this channel I review gospel movies, talk about my faith and lifestyle. If you're seeing my face for the first time, thanks for stopping by and clicking this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you've been watching my videos, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the movie titled Love at Second Sight. Love at Second Sight was produced by Femi Fakayode and you can find it on Zion Home Film Production. Shout out to the producer and the entire cast and crew of the movie Love at Second Sight. The actors did an excellent job bringing the characters to life. Love at Second Sight tells the story of a lady, Fola, who was doing well in ministry. She had a friend, Gbenga, who she was really close to. So Fola would go to Gbenga's house. She would cook for him, wash the dishes, do his laundry, sweep the house. She was just busy in Gbenga's house. And the first thing I saw that, I sincerely thought that Fola was Gbenga's sister until they had a conversation and Gbenga was just telling her, "Thank you, I really appreciate." And she was like, "Oh, it's nothing." And I'm like, what's going on here? Fola was anointed. God used her to minister healing to different people and she was just growing in ministry. So things seemed to be going well with Fola and Gbenga as friends until Dami came into the picture and Gbenga lost his peace. So Dami was supposed to be discipled by Fola, but she missed out on following up with Dami because she went to pay Gbenga a visit. Along the line, Fola asked Gbenga to reach out to Dami and try to minister to her, and Gbenga took the assignment of ministering salvation to Dami, and he started talking with Dami, encouraging her, and in that process Gbenga fell in love with Dami, and that was when it dawned on him sort of that he needed to create boundaries. And that leads me to one of the things I want to talk about in this video: boundaries. The importance of setting boundaries and making the relationship objectives as clear as they should be. Gbenga was not so clear on boundaries. Well, there was a scene towards the middle of the movie where Gbenga was asking Fola why she was being so nice to him and all. Gbenga could have done more. How did he not see the green light? She was almost always at his house doing chores and things for him, trying to make him see her, but he wasn't seeing her. And I felt like Gbenga should have made things clear from the onset and he should have stopped her from doing those things for him. I just felt like he was enjoying those privileges and wasn't willing and ready to address the issue, which was so glaring. I felt like he didn't want to define the friendship and relationship because he was scared of missing out on those privileges he was getting from Fola. And he did something similar with Dami. He kept leading her on, constantly calling her and speaking with her for several hours on the phone in the name of follow up. He didn't mention to anyone that he was following up with Dami, and he let his emotions come into play. And when he realized that his emotions had come into play, he cut off from her so quickly. As quickly as they started talking, he just disappeared and zoomed out. Wanted to call her later to apologize and all of that. And I'm like, you notice that things were beginning to get too personal. How about handing her over to someone else to follow her up, a sister preferably, instead of just cutting her off completely? This is someone who just got converted, someone who was new in the faith and needed help and guidance. Then there was Fola, who was hiding in the guise of, oh, he's just a friend to me, and she went ahead to select a gown for her proposal. She told her best friend about how she was looking forward to Gbenga proposing to her, whereas this brother hadn't said a thing to her. This brother had told her the kind of woman he wants to end up with, and Fola clearly didn't fit into that picture. But she didn't listen. She didn't want to believe that he wasn't the man for her, so she kept pushing herself to him. And I just felt like she could have given herself more value and positioned herself better to attract the kind of man that she deserved. So Fola rolled on assumptions, and like Pastor Amuli would say, assumptions is the lowest form of knowledge. So if you're friends with a brother, or you like a brother, or you feel like God is leading you to a particular brother and the brother isn't saying anything, what do you do? So the first thing is to check your heart. So if you feel like God is leading you to a particular brother, you have to check your heart to be sure that it is really God who is leading you and not your emotions. And then the next thing is to pray about it. If you pray about it, I don't believe God is a wicked father. He is a very good father. And if he leads you to anyone, if he lays anyone in your heart, he's going to give you instructions. So the next step is to be friendly. I'm not saying you push yourself at them, but just compliment them when they dress well. If they do something that is worth commending, you commend them. If you need to encourage them, you encourage them. Then it is also very important for you to speak to a superior, your pastor, your mentor, or anyone who you submit to. Speak to them. If they are your parents, speak to them, share with them what you feel God is laying in your heart concerning that brother. And then you have to constantly remember that God will not lead you to someone without speaking to that person. And if God speaks to that person and the person is not willing to obey God, God is not going to leave you stuck at that point. So you have to be open and don't put your hopes on the person, put your hopes on God. And if you are in a situation where you are close friends with this person, the person is constantly in your corner, the person is calling you, the person is asking to hang out with you, but the person hasn't defined a relationship yet, there's nothing wrong in asking the person, brother, you've been in my corner for a while, you're constantly calling me, you're constantly checking up on me and asking that we spend time together. I would like to know what your intentions are for this relationship or for me. So to avoid being in a situation like Sister Fola, don't assume you're in a relationship with somebody who is obviously not in a relationship with you. And by obviously, I mean obviously in the eyes of every other person, but not obvious to you because you are blinded by love. I felt like Fola would have spoken to her pastor about the affection she had for Brother Gbenga. And I also felt like she did too much. She was always in his face, projecting herself on him, doing his laundry. Another thing that stood out for me in the movie was Dami's experience. So Dami was the person Gbenga fell in love with at second sight, but she had a past. She was bedwetting. She had tried her best to get free from that. She was in sin but got saved, but she was still bedwetting. And in one of those conversations she had, where she was about to be prayed for, the person who was to pray for her made a statement that really stood out for me, that even before the battle begun, the victory has been won. So when we are fighting as Christians, we don't fight from the standpoint of defeat. We fight from the place of victory, the victory that has already been won in Christ Jesus. If you haven't watched the movie Love at Second Sight, you can find it on Zion Home Films Productions YouTube channel. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do so. Also, like this video and I look forward to reading your comments. If you've watched the movie, what stood out for you in the movie? If you haven't watched the movie, what stood out for you in this review?